What up, y'all? Let's ENT. I'm back. I know it's been a while, but y'all gotta listen, okay? I'm gonna pause the music. You gotta hear me out, okay? My cat ate my microphone. I can't help it. I'm sorry. But I got a banger today. It's about when I skipped school. This was last year, 8th grade. I was with... Okay, let's start from the beginning. So I'm pretty sure this is the day before. Me, my friend Jaden, we used to skip school. Not skip school, but skip class all the time and just go outside. Cause like in my school, from the front door to a back door in the back, it's basically a straight shot. So if y'all can like just imagine that, just a straight hallway. It's not really like a straight hallway, but it's like you walk in the front door, then there's a lobby, and then there's like two hallways. The right goes to elementary gym, and then the left goes straight down to the high school lunchroom. And like all the way in the back, there's two sets of double doors that you can just push open. So we were planning this the day before. It was supposed to be me, my friend Jaden. I'm just gonna say their names. My friend Jaden, Caleb, Cameron, Tony's little brother Evan, and this kid named Nikki, Evan and Tony's friend. But Nikki didn't show up to school, and basically the day we were supposed to do it, sorry guys, I had to turn up the music because I realized that it was super quiet. But where was I? It was me and basically just a whole bunch of friends. So school day goes by and I'm getting a phone call. Alright, there we go. Sorry, I can't try and record a video without being interrupted like 10 times. But I got a phone call. So it was me, whole bunch of friends. So the day that we were supposed to do this, day before we all planned it, they all said that we were going. So the day before, the next morning, we were all at our lockers, and we all had our lockers in the same hallway, so we all just met up and like socialized basically, like every day. But today was special because we were supposed to be doing this. But guess what? Not everybody came. Nikki stayed home. Only people that came was me, Evan, and Tony. Evan is Tony's little brother. So, what happened with Jaden and Caleb was, and Cameron, actually I don't think Cameron was supposed to go, forget that. But what happened with, I done forgot. Alright, I'm back again. It was Caleb and Jaden. They're the ones that didn't come. And they said they didn't come because they had a detention that day. They both had one. And they didn't want to get in trouble for skipping that detention, even though we were literally about to skip school. So basically they pushed out. And they left up to me, Tony, and Evan. So it was so easy to get out of these doors, by the way. Come here. I'm talking to my cat. But it was so easy to get out of these sets of double doors. So basically what we did was we kept our backpacks on us and we just walked out. Like there was no teachers or nothing. We walked out, and once we got out the double doors, I can't really remember, either we started walking or we started like running. And outside the double doors is where a big football practice field is. So we basically have to clear a field before we can get in like a safe zone. And right behind the field is a dog park where people like to walk their dogs and stuff. So we clear this field. We're sitting at the dog park, and there's like an actual park behind the dog park with like jungle gyms and stuff. So we went back there and started sitting down. We went to the woods and we hid our backpacks and we were just sitting on a bench chilling. And then Tony said that his aunt could plug us some bud. So I was hella down with that idea. But we he tried to call her with no response. So you can probably see where this is going. And so we were sitting there. So there was no response from her, so we went over to the park. And we started like walking around in the woods and like right by the river, because there's also a river right by this park, like right next to it. And we started walking around there, and they brung a cig. Do not smoke cigarettes. Hold on, hold up. Do not smoke cigs. They are disgusting. Okay. Had to get that out of the way. Had to get that out of the way. But we were walking, so they sparked up a cig. They asked me if I wanted to hit it. I was cool. So that we were just walking, like in the dog park, walking to the main road. Cause while his aunt wasn't responding, apparently he was texting Evan's friend Nikki, and Nikki's a big stoner, and he had weed most of the time. So we texted him asking him if he wanted to chill, cause he already knew we were doing this, but he just stayed home. So we texted him. He responded. He said, "Yeah, y'all can come over." And then so we went on our way. We were walking. It was about like a mile walk just to get to the hill that we have to like walk up to get to his house. The hill is like a mile, and it's like, say 100 degrees is straight up, because I'm not that good at like angles and stuff. But say 100 degrees is straight up. It was about 40-degree incline to 50, 40 to 50. Big ass hill, like mile long hill, like just a hill. And so we walked that. That was terrible, let me tell you. I don't know if I'm just lazy, but even Tony, and he's like kind of active, he was getting winded. We had to sit down for a second. So we walked up there. We got there, and his dog was outside, scared the hell out of the big dog. And I didn't know if it was nice, because I'd never been to his house. So I just started barking. Thank God it was behind a fence. Okay, so this is future lifted ENT. I was trying to render the video. Apparently something happened, and a part of this got cut out. It was like basically one of the best parts of the story. So we went up to his house, to the back, that he had this shed. It was cold outside. This is just a summary. It was cold, and the shed was even colder. Somehow inside of the shed was even colder than outside in the cold. But basically he had this big water vase, because I'm saying water vase because I think that part of the video got cut out, because it was the part where I was talking about illegals. So hopefully this doesn't get cut out, but it was a big water vase, really nice. It had like an alien on it, and he had a little bit of organic material, and he put it into the bowl, and we passed that around. We packed the whole bowl, passed that around. We were all feeling a little buzzed. But basically, there was like this glass table that he had, glass wooden table, and like in between the little cracks, I saw a little bit of this organic matter, and like, so I picked up the glass, I scraped out a whole bowl of this, like a whole bowl, just in between the tables, and I packed it, and I smoked that all by myself, because they didn't want to. And so apparently Tony wasn't really that buzzed either, because he asked me, he was like, "Hey, you still got those swishers?" And I was like, "Yeah, they're in my pocket. Why?" He was like, "Hey, can we smoke one?" I was like, "Shit, if you want, I ain't hitting it." And Nikki wasn't hitting it either, just Tony and Evan, because they was the ones smoking the sick. Bruh, I just realized I skipped a whole part of the story. No, I didn't. Never mind. I'm tripping. But they smoked that, and I get the best idea. It's probably really stupid, but it's a great idea. Also, it was cold as hell in the shed. I felt like my body was going numb because there was no insulation in it. It was an outside shed in the back. Fucked, but I know. Oh, so we're in there chilling, they're smoking that Swisher. I look at the table, right? And I know Nikki's a stoner. So I look in between the little cracks between the glass and the wood on the table, and I see a little weird. So I'm like, Nikki, can I lift up this glass to try and get something out? And he's like, sure. I pick it up, right? And there's like at least like a bowl pack in there, basically. So I packed that up. I hit it. They didn't want to hit it because they thought it'd be nasty. I got high. I'm gonna be honest. So I did that. We chilled there for like 20 minutes, deciding on what to do. So we finally decided what to do. We were all like, they were a little high. I was like halfway faded. If that makes sense. Like I was definitely feeling it. So we get the idea to go somewhere to eat because I also had $30 to $40 that I was supposed to get weed with. So we get the good idea to go get something to eat, right? So we have to walk down the hill because his mom ain't taking us nowhere like that. So we walk down that hill, and right next to the bottom of the hill there's a restaurant called Skyline. It's like, it's chili, but it's Greek style chili. If you want to know what it's like, just search it up on Google or something. It's really good. It's like cheese, chili, and like noodles or like hot dogs or whatever you want. So we walk in, we sit down, they hand us crackers and stuff because everybody gets crackers for free. And we order our drinks. We get water, of course, because we really wanted to eat some. We were hungry. So I don't know why Nikki was hungry actually. He probably just didn't eat anything at home. But we're chilling there. Lady comes up. Before she even asks us for our drinks or anything, she's like, why aren't you guys in school? And everybody just starts panicking. Like, you couldn't see, like, I could see it on their faces, but they weren't saying anything or like doing anything. They were just looking hella panicked. They all look at me, and I'm like, oh, we got let out early. And she's like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, thank God. She was like, alright, so what do you want for drinks? And we all got water. So she went back and she was getting the waters. And my friend Tony, he was sitting next to me. He was like, are you dumb? I could have came up with a better excuse than that. I'm like, shut up, Tony. It was on the spot. Y'all looked at me. So she comes back with our drinks. She asks us if we're ready to order, and we are. Okay, so we're ordering, and we decided when she was gone, we were looking at the menu. We decided to get little Cholitos, 2 each. Basically, a Cholito is like chili cheese, and like you can get noodles and onions, or like I guess you can get more, maybe like sour cream or something, inside of a tortilla. And let me tell you, hold up, they are bomb. Alright, so we got that, and we got a plate of chili cheese fries, which is just how it sounds, chili and cheese on top of fries. And we got that. She went back. Basically the rest of this is just, she brought us our food and we scarfed it down, except Nikki. He saved one of his Cholitos. But we all ate, and we split the chili cheese fry into 4, so we each got a little bit. So we were full. We also ate a lot of crackers, so make sure we got our cracker money worth, even though they were free. So we leave, and it's getting it's not getting late, but like, it's like 10 o'clock, we start school at like 8. Man, I can't believe I didn't get caught for how many times I skipped. I just realized that. Whew, I skipped a lot, guys. I'm just saying. But we're leaving, and we're walking around because it's like a little town, whole bunch of houses. And our school was like a mile away where we walked from. So we're trying to be careful and not take like main roads just in case a teacher or something is driving around. Which they wouldn't be driving around, but like, just not at school or something, or had to go pick something up. So we're walking around, and We we walked around. We walked like over the highway and onto some train tracks. And we had to walk Nikki home, so we basically just crossed the train tracks and we were like in the back part of this town. And there was like a little bonfire going, like with like a little cherry in the middle. And it was still like giving off warmth. So we pull up to this dude's yard. No one was outside. We're all huddled around this campfire. Hold up, bro. We're all cuddled around this campfire like fucking hobos. Hobos huddled around a dead campfire. It was so cold. Oh my god, I just remember. My hands were numb. But we're all huddled around. We hear something inside, like someone walking around or something. We all just start running. We run for like at least like a couple minutes. And we stop running, we turn around, and we're far away, so. And we ran to like the bottom of the hill, which wasn't that far away. And I can't remember if we didn't walk Nikki home. He walked up the hill himself. So we were walking back, and we decided to go like behind that house and not like try to be seen by anybody in that house. So we took like an alley with like a whole bunch of like trash and stuff in it, and like behind people's houses, just like it's just like a thick alley. Thick. Oh no, just playing. But it was just like a wide alley. It was probably like the size of what this dude is running on now in the gameplay. Like from the side of the train closest to him to the rail. That's about how much space this alley was. So we were all walk past this TV, and there was also a baseball bat conveniently across the street in these people's yard. So Evan, like a freaky deaky retard, picks up the baseball bat and smacks the TV with it, and it busts everywhere. Everywhere. I swear I thought people came outside and started watching us. We all ran faster than hell. We ran so fast. But we dipped. We we walked back to where we started, to where I started the story, not school, but like the park behind the park. And we went back in there where we hid our backpacks, and we started walking through the woods again. And I don't know why, but we decided to start a fire, probably because it was freezing, and obviously we had lighters on us. So I made like a little bonfire pit, put rocks around this thing, put a whole bunch of dead leaves in it, and some sticks, made it like a little triangle of sticks. And so I'm looking around in this big trash can, but it doesn't have trash in it. It's like 30 garbage bags full of dead leaves. And I was thinking about taking one back there to use as like for the fire. Right when I do that, right when I start looking around, I see this red truck with lights on the top of it. I'm not sure if it was like park maintenance or what, but it was a red truck with yellow lights on top of it. I see that. I sneak back into the woods. I tell them, and they didn't smoke the whole cig, so they're relighting it, and they're smoking it right now, like a half a cig. Ew, that's nasty. But they were smoking that. After I got to the woods, I started running back to like this little campsite we had set up. I tell them, oh my god, like our stuff was out and everything. Like my one friend had a knife. I think Tony or Evan had a knife, and like they had it out and everything. And so he had to hurry up and throw all of his stuff back into his little bag that he had. He had like a little clear bag. Some shitty ass little clear bag. It was so small. I had like an actual backpack because I was just at school. But I mean, obviously I skipped. And yeah, we dip again to the dog park. And I just realized we could have gotten so much trouble. Stupid. But dang, that was a fun day. But we're running on the path to the dog park, and by this time it's already time for school. It's like school is almost out. Also just realized we hung out with Nikki at the park, and then he walked home from the park. That's a long walk. And we were all like playing at the park for like an hour. Then he left. That's when he went home. My bad. But all the other stuff was true. We were just with Nikki. So Nikki walked home once we got to the park. After we played for like an hour, he went home. Pretty sure his mom was texting him or something. And so we do what I just said we did. We were running on the dog park, and we decided to run back into these woods where like a little creek was forming, and it was going into the river. The river was like 30 feet away. So we dipped right there to the edge of the river, and we're just sitting there looking at it, just chilling. And by this time, it's already like 2 o'clock. We're all tired, and we're just ready to go home. And school ends at 2:50, so we just chill there. I'm pretty sure we chilled there for like 20 more minutes. Walked back into school. Walked back into school. I don't know how we didn't get caught. But walked back into school, and just went home, basically. That's about it. We walked back into school. Don't know why. Just, I guess, to hang out with all the other kids and say, oh yeah, it was to like tell everybody what we just did, like all the kids that we trusted. So we did that. Then we went back outside. My grandma was outside picking me up, and Tony, I think he walked home with Evan. And that's the story, guys. Sorry it's been forever. I just didn't want to make a low quality video with like crappy mic. But see y'all in the next one, I guess. This has been Lifted ENT, and I'm out. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay for like 5 seconds.